Ashley asked me if I'd write her a song, so I wrote her a song for her awesome show. Her show is cool and it's lots of fun, so get your popcorn ready.
Hi, welcome to the Awesome Ashley Show. Today I have Alex MACPHAIL. He's here and he works in Saco and he's in the community. He does a lot of baseball stuff, football stuff, anything relating to sports, and they call him the King of Saco. So that's his nickname. Hi Alex, how are you?
Very good, Ashley, very good. Thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome. We met, I think it's the Christmas tree of
Correct.
the lights,
Yep.
the parade. Yep. So everywhere I went, he followed me and be like, "Awesome Ashley's in the house." I was like, "Okay." I'm like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was nice for you to come.
Well, thank you very much for having me today.
What do you do for a job? Like, what's your main title?
Well, my main title is I'm an event coordinator. I have been blessed for the last 19 years to be the announcer with the Patriots, Bruins, and Red Sox alumni teams around New England.
That must be cool because
It is
you must
crazy.
get free tickets and stuff like that.
I get a lot of stuff, actually. We've had a lot of stuff over the years given to us. And I also do the New York Jets and Giants in Eastern New York.
Yep, I see. Eric Decker used to be in the Jets, but
Yes.
now he moved again.
Well, there you go. I think he's in Tennessee now, but and all the ladies love him. But no, I've been very, very lucky for that, and a lot of it just, it started when I never even set out to be an announcer or an event coordinator. I just was with the Sanford Mainers the first couple of years, and we needed an announcer, and someone said, "Can you announce?" And I said, "Hey, everybody, welcome."
Yeah.
And there you go. From there on,
You have like
it
the
went.
perfect voice for it too.
I was very, very blessed with that, and that's luck of the draw. You can't choose that, and just like you have the television personality, the luck of the draw, and we work with that stuff. So it's been very, very good ride.
Yeah, you have a good radio voice too. Because when you were announcing the parade, I'm like, he could be good on the radio.
Well, we're fans of your show, and again, I saw you at the parade and the Festival of Lights parade this year, and we do Pumpkin Fest and all the wonderful things on Saco Main Street. And so I volunteer for those. I don't, nothing gets charged. I volunteer. I go out and announce all day long and try to have fun and make it a party for everybody.
What's the best part of doing what you do? You get to travel.
Yeah, that comes to mind. Coming up, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island. I am down to New York City a lot. Even places I may not want to go. I've been, just recently we announced some games up to Holton and Mount Katahdin High School, and so I get to get around to see a lot of good people in a lot of different places, so very blessed for that.
And you just came back from vacation, right?
I did, yes. Probably wondering where that was. That was down in New Orleans. We actually, me and my wife were lucky enough to go down to Mardi Gras this year for the 300th celebration.
That's awesome.
It was out of control.
And you got to Facebook Live.
Yes.
So-
I think you got to see some of that.
Yes. I have a hard time Facebook Live because I always try to do Facebook Live at the gym.
Right.
But it must depend on where you are to do Facebook Live.
I think I was outside. It was good. Plus, if you're working out and doing stuff, maybe you need to just have someone else hold it for you.
Yes.
Right? So no, it was great. We got a lot of beads and saw a lot of amazing sights. It was New Orleans' 300th anniversary. So we were very, very lucky to go do that. And that was more of a fun thing, though. So, sometimes you got to take a little time for yourself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team that you've been at the games and stuff since you've been to all the games?
It's funny. Over the years, that could actually change. I might do a summer. A lot of our business is when things are popular. So if the Red Sox win a World Series, everyone wants to see them after.
Yes.
So I'll go around with them and I'll be in a zone where I'll do the Red Sox really heavy for a year. And there's not a lot of call for the Patriots. After the Patriots win, or well, in this
Yeah,
case,
they almost won the Super Bowl, but
that can be what's in. I can tell you about 2000 when Tom Brady played out at Sanford and Goodall Park in the game versus the Police, and no one knew who he was. And
Really?
probably five
everyone
people.
knows who he is now.
Oh, that's right. Maybe 5 people got his autograph out there at Goodall Park. Tom Brady came and played softball. He was the catcher. He was the only one with good knees at the time.
Really?
And sure enough, that's exactly right. So yeah, but it depends on the season. And then when we get out there, I'm with the Red Sox for a while. I get a little sick of it and bored. I'm ready to go and see the Patriots.
You do
and say
hockey
hello.
games too?
I do. I'm not doing the upcoming one at the Civic Center, but we've done them for 20 years there. I recently had the Bruins up to the Lewiston PAL. We do a lot in Western Massachusetts. We were just out to Gardner, Massachusetts. We were out to North Adams and other places. So the hockey is a lot of fun. A lot of times we'll have some of the older Pirates and stuff too, like Kevin Kaminsky, Killer. And
Yeah, because I had Brian Dumoulin on.
oh yes, from Biddeford.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the high end. So when he retires, I'm ready to have him on my team. How's that sound?
Hey, I can get you connections. 'Cause I have
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. But I would say to answer that question, yeah, it depends on the season. Once I'm with the Red Sox for a while, I can't wait to get with the Patriots and vice versa.
Do you like football better or baseball or hockey?
Well, you know what? That's a loaded question because on a personal level, growing up, I loved football. Got to play football. Got to be a part
And
of
plus,
it.
you live in New England, so you kind of
Right.
have to like.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I get picked on for not liking the Patriots.
Legally, how do you not? Well, and but announcing, I love going out to baseball. When we had the Sanford Mainers, I was out there announcing for the first 3 years. There is nothing like it. I know coming up, we have wonderful games going on at the ballpark with the Surge. There's nothing like going out there before the game and people just hitting the ball around and fungos.
Getting ready for it.
Exactly. You got the music playing. It's such a blast. You know, it's great to be out there.
And I know you do comedy shows too.
We do comedy, yes. As a matter of fact, we have comedy coming up in Auburn. I know we have a comedy show coming up down there. Now, mind you, I am not a comedian, so that would be a mess. But we have wonderful comedy shows we produce. We also do wrestling events. We will have Kevin Nash in WWE. We'll do, we'll do the Big Top Circus if people want. And we also do comedy basketball, like the Harlem Globetrotters style teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have a blast with that too. It's
That's
really,
cool.
that's a lot of fun to announce. The kids get involved, and
Do you have to practice on what to announce? Like, practice on your big voice? Because everyone needs to hear you. Like,
yes
that
and
kind of
no.
makes me nervous.
Yes, but you know what? I mean, like right here, right now, you're doing the TV show. We're talking.
Yep.
More than interview. That's one of the things. Like I know, when you see me out on Saco Main Street, if someone comes up and talks to me, they're going to be on the microphone as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't be afraid to show it to people. And
Exactly.
just, you have to be, hey, everybody, welcome.
Yo.
and once you get over that and the public speaking thing, you don't even see the people. You just do your job, and and you enjoy it. But so many people are making boxes, and here we are doing TV and announcing things. So it's a really lucky thing.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be like doing my show for so long, but
There you
it's
go.
like success.
Yes.
I can't get the words out. Oh.
Absolutely. No, so it's great. I mean, you know what it is,
Yeah.
so we're really excited. Fun.
And it's different because I was on the radio too.
Mm-hmm.
So for being on the radio, I'm like, how do you do this? So my friend Mark Cardo, he's like, because I went to the Markathon.
Sure.
So he just threw the mic in front of me. I'm like, what? I thought I was just coming.
Talking on TV is what
So
it's all about.
It was fun, but it was in my environment, so I'm used to my environment.
Right.
So
And this is not easy doing what you do. So, I mean, it's, when I get up there, I don't even think about it. You just get announcing and you get talking, and I have a game plan. I know, like, when the Biddeford Firefighters, we did a wonderful comedy show for them. You come out, you introduce the show, and you do the same things in public speaking. But you never know. It could be where you're at on the city that day or what you're talking about that day.
do you ever get to meet like famous comedians? Like,
We are blessed. We have a guy that does the booking. He does booking with the Gold Room up there. He brings in Jimmy Walker and Gilbert Gottfried and Lenny Clark and a lot of those guys. We used to have Bob Marley out at the Falls in Sanford a lot. So, we're very blessed to get some of the really high-end comedy. And a lot of it's not cheap, but they were certainly worth it. We did a show with Tom Cotter from America's Most Talented or America's Got Talent down in Nantucket. Which again, it's
that's
luck
cool.
of the draw. What are you doing this weekend? I got to go to Nantucket.
See, that's cool. You get to travel
yeah.
though. That's awesome.
So it's really luck, and we're very blessed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have you ever heard of Jerry Caruso? He's a good comedian too.
Local, and I understand he might be a friend of yours, correct?
Correct.
You had him on the show?
He's done a couple of, because I've done benefits for the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital and, Nick's Walk and Nick's Comedy Show.
Right.
And so all the benefits went to the Barbara Bush Hospital. So
Fantastic.
he helped me out with that. So,
Right.
because I only knew him, but he knew other comedians. So
You brought him in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exactly, and there's a lot of great people locally too. Dennis Fogg up in Portland comes to mind. Obviously George Ham, Steve Cowett. Justin McKinney has been out and about everywhere lately. So, it's a good thing. Comedy's fun, and I think people like to just go out and do things. And so as an event coordinator, I've been lucky to be a part of it. And I get to have fun with it too. Not only was I at Pumpkin Fest all day or the Festival of the Parade of Lights, I was able to enjoy it all day too,
And interact with the community too.
Right, yeah.
At the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I remember it was so packed at the train station that you had to like move people from inside because it was like really cold because everyone wanted to see Santa Claus.
That was huge, yeah. We
Yeah,
had
it
it
was
this year out at the transportation center in Saco, and it was a lot of fun. We really, Saco Main Street group that I'm a part of, we do all those festivals, and we work with Heart of Biddeford. We did River Jam. Hopefully you'll be there this year with us for the shows, and we do a lot of that stuff. So it's
How'd they come up with the King of Saco?
well,
That's a pretty cool nickname.
it is. It came out, started out the Voice of Saco and Main Street, and we've just been. I have a lot of fun. Sometimes, as you know from being on television here, you become the face of something, even if you don't mean to.
Yep.
And being at those events, it can be good or bad because if someone has a complaint, they come up and yell at me.
Yes.
But if it's good, they give me the credit. And there's so many people that do such hard work behind the scenes. As you know, there's people out behind your cameras now, and your support staff that gets your hair ready and primps you and everything else.
Exactly.
And I'm not kidding about that, people. It's really, you got the crew going. And so, we become the face of it. So it's, you accept that, when you do it, but it can be,
And I also do, when I'm not doing the show, I also help out back there.
Right.
With graphics and stuff, so I know both sides of the coin.
Correct.
So
So there's so much of that infrastructure that goes into doing those shows. I get a lot of the credit, at car shows and everything, but there's so many people doing the real. I kind of get out there with a microphone and say, hey, everybody, and everyone congratulates me, and there's so many people doing work behind there. That
doing it behind the scenes.
Really, that it wouldn't happen without them, and so it's kind of cool.
It's definitely a teamwork effort thing.
100%. So, I mean, like I say, I don't mind getting the credit and being the king of Saco, but it's a group effort.
And
we
you
feel
know
good about it.
Justin Chenette too.
He's a good guy.
How do you know him?
I'm blessed to sit on a couple boards with him, and believe it or not, a funny story about Justin was his grandmother used to play cards with my grandmother over at the club. Believe it or not, my grandma was a part of Ross Center and the Saco Club, the Saco Seniors. And we sit together on the Saco Main Street board, as well as upcoming, I'm going to be joining the Friends of the Old Orchard Beach ballpark, and we're going to help out the ballpark, trying to get them some
That's cool.
good stuff there. We love to see it. That's been a personal goal of mine since I was a young child. I got to meet the former Vice President Bush there in 1983.
So you get to meet famous people too.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like you. So, it's been my dream to help bring that place back. So I've gotten involved with them. And really trying, just helping out the community. Kind of like you. I see you out and about, and that's what it's all about for us, Having a good
Exactly.
time.
Because I went to the Dempsey Challenge.
Yeah.
I did the Dempsey Challenge, and that was pretty cool. That was rewarding. I had to go to the gym months before then to get my muscles ready.
Right.
Because I wanted to be able to push myself, halfway.
right.
Not all the way, but halfway. So
See, that's another one of those things, too, where he's a big star, but yeah, look what he does for the community. You've been a part of it,
yeah.
I mean, so, that's one of those things I don't mind giving back. We have a good time. I mean, I'm blessed. I'm lucky, to have all I have and to know you and such great people, that it's, very lucky.
What is the hard part about doing your job? Like connecting, making sure everything's together for the to make sure it's all.
Yeah, infrastructure-wise, sometimes I know a lot of times. Let's say if we go to Nantucket and I got the Patriots going down there, I got 7 different guys going down on 7 different ferries, and there's a lot of coordination effect.
Yeah.
They don't show up in a limousine, people say, well, how do you get the players? It's like, well, I give them a call. It's like, well, what do you mean? You call Kevin Falk? It's like, yeah, I call Kevin Falk. Of course I got his number. Who doesn't have his number, right? But you give him a call and you say, Kevin, I got a game going on, and you get him the directions and stuff, and you got to get him, paid. You got to do this, and you book in the fields. So there is a lot of work. I kind of say it's not like my family all grew up in Massachusetts working in the shoe factories. That's hard work, you know. But that doesn't mean I don't do a lot. I might have 19-hour days out putting a concert up to Wiscasset Speedway, or I might be on the road to Danbury, Connecticut, and it's 5-hour ride each way. So I mean, sometimes that alone, the travel can be hard. But
And does your family go with you with every single one? Or do they pick and choose which one they want to go to?
Yes, sometimes that can be the way. A game in Lisbon may not be as fun as something in Nantucket, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I was blessed for many years. My daughter was the catcher on the alumni teams. She would play with the Red Sox and the Patriots.
So you get a bonus right there.
Yeah, and in fact, one time she got to babysit Kevin Falk's kids.
Nice.
Thing. Yeah,
That's
so
a
that was
real
pretty cool.
bonus.
Yeah, we got some photos of that too. So, and then there's also the effect of there's a lot of people out there that don't get to go do that stuff though. So I really can't complain. You know, it's luck of the draw. But they'll pick the ones. My beautiful wife, Jody, she gets to go on a lot of the games with me and will help. A lot of times, anytime I can have someone help, it's. If you come out to one of my shows, I'm probably going to put you to work.
I'm good with that.
Out there and take tickets or something,
I'm good
we
with
don't.
that.
Yeah. So, I'm blessed to have my family along with me on the ride, too. It's luck.
That's cool. Yeah. What was your first game you ever went to when you first started? But you can't remember.
You know what's funny? I remember I was the announcer for the Sanford Mainers, and this company approached me and said, hey, we have a local game that's going to be, using the Patriots, and would you mind announcing? I said, sure, why not? And I was terrible. I had a voice, but I didn't know what to do, and so I just winged it, and we did our thing, and the first time they asked me to go out, I was in North Adams, Massachusetts, out on the New York border, for a Patriots game. It was a charity basketball game.
Are you a Patriots fan? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
100%. Yeah. I was a Patriots fan though when they were long from 1978 when I was 10 years old.
That was a long time ago.
That's right. And they were terrible losers, so I don't apologize for it now. But it's funny you say that, Ashley, is because one of the great things about doing the games was I got to meet a lot of my boyhood idols. And when I first time I met some of people like Steve Grogan or Ronnie Lepet, those guys from the 1986 Super Bowl, I was like a little schoolgirl. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then the first time I met Bob Stanley, who, in 1986 when the Red Sox lose the World Series, the ball goes through a guy's legs. Well, the guy that was on the mound, when I was a kid, I was always, boy, if I ever met that guy, I'd tell him and whatever. And the first time I met him and he did a game, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting you. I love you. So, it's to meet a lot of these guys and some of the ones we didn't know. Brady was out here. I've had Matt Castle, Ellis Hobbs, Asante Samuel, a lot of those guys. I mean, some of the ones you would have come in, like Jason Veritek, or Randy Moss, you knew they were established. But the ones when you were a kid were pretty special, so. I do still get in awe of them.
And it's really cool too, because most of some of the stars that I met, you'd think they're like all pushy and but they're really nice. They're really, really nice guys.
Yes, they show up in a regular car. You wouldn't. Patrick Dempsey he was just up to Biscuit and Company, right?
Yes, and I'm like, he was there and I wasn't there. That's something wrong with that.
Exactly. So, that's the type of stuff you have. They're out there on the road with us, and they are just like, and I say
they're
it's just like
normal people.
Absolutely. And then you get used to it, and those are people, so you don't mind giving them a call. So yeah, you give Kevin Falk a call. You say, hey, I got a game. How you doing? How you doing, Kay? And he's like, yo, man, how you doing? Good, great. Let's do this, and boom.
Because Patrick Dempsey, he literally jumped the fence. I wanted to take a picture of them, so I was going close to them. I didn't think he jumped the fence. Holy moly! I'm like,
I see. And then next thing you know, he's standing next to McDreamy.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was gonna say thank you, but he was like, "Go on." By the time I
Sure,
got
sure, yeah, yeah, they're
So-
good guys. So I mean, I love it, and it's you're very blessed and lucky to be able to do it. Yeah.
it's a really cool thing to
Yeah.
be able to do what we do.
Yes, yes, 100%.
Me and you are kind of in the same field.
Well, when you're in entertainment like this, and whether it's a show or TV or radio or public speaking, it's about conversing with people. So when I first met you, it was hey, look, there's awesome Ashley from TV, and I used to have a local show out in Sanford for 10 years, and sometimes you'd go into Hannaford and people would recognize you, and you duck down the aisle because you don't want to talk. I look like heck.
Exactly.
Don't talk to me today.
Because you don't realize how many people actually watch Channel 3 until I started doing my own show.
Then you know.
And then I'm like, we saw you on Channel 3. I'm like, what? I'm like,
And then with the internet now too. So I mean,
On-
for
yeah,
people
on
that are
YouTube and-
exactly. So it's a different world nowadays.
is there some of your games on YouTube? Because I kind of tried to look it up, and I'm
A
like,
lot of them are individual. I've had over the years working with them. I get autographs on my daughter, but I've never really taken photographs with me in them because I was working with them. I never felt it's kind of when you're working with them, as you know, you're kind of on their level.
yep.
But a lot of my stuff, we've had things out there with the Bruins games that we used to do at the Civic Center. We'd have 4,000 or 5,000 people. We'd have concerts that would down like Marion, Mass, or Charlton, Mass, be 4,000 or 5,000 people. And there's a lot of video out there of them. But I try not to get into stuff too much because after 20 years, you just have too much anyway.
Yep, exactly.
Luck of the draw that I had been able to do it. I've got personal photographs, and I probably have the biggest autograph collection. That I have a storage unit that I pay $80 a month for the last 10
Is
years.
it like a
of
whole thing of
memorabilia.
just
memorabilia,
autographs?
absolutely. Autographs, photos, balls, anything you could have asked for, they would sign.
put them in a shadow box? 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what I do with mine. I put them in a shadow box.
Yeah, that and T-shirts. I've got stacks of T-shirts from
Yep.
different games and places and shows you go. So it's really awesome. We have a good time with
That's
it.
cool.
And if you make it fun, right? Just like anything else.
Is there any upcoming events that you want the viewers
Well,
to know?
yeah, we do actually out at Gorham. I believe it's March 6th, which is a Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure, but March 6th, we're out at Gorham High School, and I have a bunch of guys from the 2001 through 2004 Super Bowl teams
That's
coming
awesome.
up. Yeah, we got like Patrick Pass and guys like that out there. Maybe Kevin Falk will be involved. I think Max Lane from the '96 Super Bowl will be there. And then the week after, we have comedy if anyone wants to make the trek up to Old Town, Maine. So I'll be up there, but that's probably not as fun. And then after that, we're going to be down in Newport, Rhode Island. And then I don't know if anyone here gets down to Portland, but we're going to be doing a Patriots flag football game
Nice.
on April 20th, Saturday, April 20th. And we'll get you some tickets for that.
Nice.
Down at,
It'll be springtime by then.
yeah. And I think it's at Fitzpatrick Stadium. And we're going to do a Patriots flag football game down there with them. With, again, a bunch of guys. Because that's further off the season, we may even get a current player or two, which we like to throw in there. And so that should be a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'll be announcing. And,
Nice.
hey, everybody, welcome to Portland. And,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you have a good voice for that.
Thank you. It's just silly.
Do you have any funny stories about your adventures?
Well, the story I have is probably for people that would know the Patriots from the old Patriots. One of my heroes growing up was a player. I don't know how much time we have left, but I want to tell you, it's a funny story. It was almost like your Patrick Dempsey story. Mm-hmm. We have an old player named Russ Francis, and he was dubbed by Howard Cosell as being all-world tight end. He then went on to win a bunch of Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers, those Joe Montana teams, and he was the best tight end of all time at the time. I finally got to do a game with him, a softball game, and we were in nowhere, New Hampshire, I think. I don't even know where we were. And I got to meet him, and he showed up, and he said, before the game, do you mind paying me before the game? I said sure, because they get a few pennies for their travel and stuff. And he's wearing, and I'm noticing he's not wearing any kind of softball outfit at all. He's wearing flip-flops and Hawaiian shorts. And then he gets the check, and he takes the check, and then he says, thanks. And now this is one of my boyhood idols.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I can't believe I'm meeting Russ Francis. Hey, it's so great to meet you. He's like, great. Sure. And he grabs the check, and then he makes his way, and then he looks like he's going out to the outfield, to take his position out there, and then he hops the fence and he goes away. Can I believe this? And I'm trying to explain to the, to the crowd what just happened. I don't know. Russ Francis, all-world Russ Francis, and San Francisco 49ers and New England Patriots, and then I had one of my helpers go around to see where he could have gone into the woods. There was a Shaw's on the other side. Come to find out, it was like he had a getaway car. He hopped the fence and he took off. I never saw him again. I called him up a couple years later on his cell phone, which was still active. He was in Hawaii.
That's cool.
And I never saw him again. And this was a guy I grew up idolizing. And there he was. He takes a check, he runs, and he jumps the fence and goes away. I never see him again.
It's pretty much like.
Yeah. And then I got to tell the director of the Alumni Association what happened to Russ. He took off. I don't know.
But you know what the cool thing is about Patrick Dempsey is he remembered me.
Yeah.
From the first year I did it. I'm like, how do you remember me? Like, you have all these people
Sure.
come every year to do the Dempsey Challenge. How do you? And
Well,
you
like
remember-
you say, he's a regular guy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just a
So
regular.
I was really honored that he remembered my name. So.
Well, right now your career is bigger than his, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But he has a place
that.
he has a place in Kennebunk.
Yes, he
so.
does. Yeah. And he's a good guy, and I know he's done so much for the community. He's another one that does everything. He's made it well, and he does fantastic. So it's a good thing. Love what he does.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on. So
It's greatly appreciated, Ashley. I can never thank you enough.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to all my viewers for watching. For all you sports fans out there, you'll enjoy this show. Patriots fans.
Ashley asked
So
me if I'd write
goodbye.
her a
See you soon.
song, so I wrote her a song for her awesome show. Her show is cool and it's lots of fun, so get your popcorn ready, everyone. Who will she interview on her show today? The Jonas Brothers.